What's up, guys? Your girl Luca here, back with another show. And today we have a variety of topics to discuss, including the Final Fantasy 16 gameplay, state of play, and Redfall. Redfall launching on the Xbox Series consoles at 30 FPS, and what this may mean for future Xbox titles, including Starfield. But before we get into that, if I can ask you guys to please say hello in the chat, please hit the like button, and let's go ahead and get started. What's up, Singer?
What's up, Luca? It's
What's up,
been an
my boy?
eventful week.
It's been quite a fun week, I must admit. What's up, Arcade? What's up, Leaky? Phil, Spencer? What is also up? Alakazam, and who was first, and Darren, who was second. So shout out to you guys, right? You guys, it's been quite the fun week, I must admit. Now, I say that. Did I spend any time during this week on Twitter? Not really. Not really. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening most of the time, but you know what? I'm about to be unemployed, so I will know what's going on in the coming weeks. I will know what's going on because your girl's about to be back in the unemployment line. All right. I'm about to be uh uh I mean, I'll just be on the unemployment line. I was about to make some commentary, but you know what? It's not that serious. We're just gonna find another job, right? Right. But that means that I will be back. Maybe I can actually start playing some games this year. And in between looking for a new job and then also spending all of my time melting my brain on social media in the hellscape that is Twitter. I can't wait to be back, man, because I've missed quite a bit. But yeah, so Hurricane, what's up? So what's up, Beta Cipher? All right, Singer, what's goody, my boy?
Um, you know, where do you want to start?
Where do you think I want to start?
Okay, so you know what? Let's Redfall. Right.
Let's
Okay.
let's talk. So last week, for anyone who doesn't know, me and Baby Boy were discussing Redfall, right? Me and Singer were having a conversation about Redfall. Singer, he jumped out there as he tends to do. The body and brain tends to take over at times, and he was just like, you know what? He was like, I trust Arcane. They haven't steered me wrong. Redfall is going to perform fantastically on PC. All this stuff, right? Now I was just kind of like, now I didn't Deathloop launch on PC with issues? And he was like, oh. And then I was like, didn't Dishonored 2 also launch on PC with issues? And Singer was like, oh. And so I told Singer, I was like, take it back, man. Take that shit back before you get proven wrong expeditiously. And he was like, yeah, I take it back, right? But now it's like the gaming lords were listening, and they were just like, you know what? We're gonna really hammer it home. We're gonna really hammer it home for Baby Boy over here because Redfall is launching on Xbox Series consoles on 30 FPS. Now, you wonder why I bring up PC when I'm talking about the Xbox consoles. A game launching at 30 FPS in 2023 on next gen hardware, which is more than capable of running games at 60 and then even up to 120, right? All that really tells me is that this game's unoptimized. And it's about to be looking spooky on the PC version as well. Okay, we're about to have a bad time with this Redfall. Like, that's just a prediction. Who knows if that's actually the case? I'm just using Arcane's track record of releases, which has not been fantastic. Okay, so that's just me. And again, imagine my shock and my utter shock and surprise when I go on Twitter and I see that they say, like, okay, we're launching at 30 FPS. And I'm just like, why would you even tweet that? Like, yes, there's that concept of, let's be honest, let's tell the truth before the game comes out. Let's tell the truth so they don't find out as they're playing it. Let's tell the truth before Digital Foundry gets their hands on it. I definitely understand that. But baby boys, you're about a month out, and you think that this shit's okay? You think people are just gonna magically forget and let it go that your game is launching at 30 FPS? This is not 2019 anymore. Okay? This isn't 2019 anymore. The majority of the people who've experienced the deliciousness, the deliciousness, okay, of 60 FPS and higher, they're sitting there, they're scratching their heads, they're wondering, Now, why did I spend $545, for some people $560, on this Xbox Series X that can't run, like, that can run these games at 60 FPS, because they will be coming out with a patch for it. So again, it is not the hardware. Why did I buy this system? Only for these cucks to come through and tell me that I will be experiencing a next gen game. Next gen. At 30 FPS. And then I get the whole, this game is launching for $70. Now listen, there's the Game Pass of it all. I understand. I understand. Do I use that as a coping mechanism as well? Yes, absolutely. Do I use that as an excuse too? Yes. Was there that concept all those years ago where people were like, if you have Game Pass, there's a chance that they're just going to release mid titles or unfinished titles to get these grounded, State of Decay 2. There's that concept that they're going to release titles that are not finished. Okay. And they're just like, okay, well, you're playing them in Game Pass, so we'll just fix them later. It's not that big of a deal. Or we'll patch them later. We'll add the extra elements later. It's always later. Okay? Halo Infinite, the most notorious one, flagship title for Microsoft, Halo fucking Infinite. Let's not launch with Forge or co-op. That Halo Infinite. Let's not launch with any content. What's the word? What is the word? Let's have 6-month season. And then we'll keep pushing the seasons back too, baby boys. We'll just keep pushing it. And then when we do come with a season, we're going to come with a couple of maps. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that Microsoft, that Game Pass. And then, again, the Game Pass of it all. At the end of the day, retail wise, this game is $70. Now we have those cucks in the community who are just like, well, the extra $10 is for the active features, and it's. It was never about the extra features, babes. Okay, it was always about what they could get away with. All right? It's always about what you can get away with. That's all that happens with these goddamn corporations. It's what you can get away with. I would do anything if I could get away with it and make money from it. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. Now, me personally, who's still buying games when there's fucking Game Pass? I don't know. Not me. Ask me the last game I bought. Singer, what's the last game I bought? Ask me.
What's the last game you bought?
Dude, I don't even fucking remember. I don't remember what the last game I bought. I think it might have been, let me think about this. Fucking GTFO probably, because fucking Slow-Mo's like, oh, we're going to play it together. Yeah, did we play it more than twice? No. Maybe 3 times, okay? But I think that's the last one. It was a PC game. All right? But before that, what's the last game I bought? I don't even fucking remember. I don't fucking remember what the last game I bought was, okay? So, anyway. Let me just say hi to people in the chat. What's up, Wendell? What's up? Pyromaniac, what's good? Bilius, what's up? Ant, what's up? Ishi, Kenny, what's up? Erodimus, Blessed, Raja, Dre, was goody? Karan, Geekhead, what's up? Geekhead was going through an existential crisis this week. He was like, yeah, I'm good. Free me. Mr. Glass, General Thade, CKJ, G, that is, Raja. I did buy Lightfall. Oh my God, that was last year, dude. Wait, no, I didn't. Wait a second. No, I didn't buy Lightfall. I didn't buy Lightfall at all. I skipped this year what a great year for me to skip too, because I heard about those fucking issues. But anyway, Raja, Joker, what's up? I skipped Lightfall, so I can't even remember the last game I bought. Now, this could turn into a Luca. Is this a you not playing games? Absolutely. Absolutely. I already said this year I'm not playing shit. I just didn't have any time because I had a job. But guess who doesn't have a job anymore? Me. So anyway, Singer, your thoughts on this Redfall debacle?
All right. So I have multiple. There's a ton of different theories and things going out there, but the way I see it, it's either the developer or management issue doing the 30 FPS, because it's weird how you tout you have the strongest console. These guys have been working on the game since what, 2017? So you've had a good couple of years to figure out how to get 60 FPS on there. And the, a lot of people bring up, oh, it's Game Pass, so you can fix it later. I just think this is another product of the AAA industry because everyone's charging 70 now, and 80% of the publishers out there are giving you half-baked games and then fixing it afterwards because that's just the AAA industry now. That is the reality. We will always have games. Gotham Knights came out with issues. Then Justice League will probably have a whole bunch of issues. Tons of the games are going to come out
Justice
half
League?
baked. What?
Justice League?
Yeah, you know the game that got delayed again to
Suicide Squad?
2024. That's the one. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Mhm.
Suicide Squad. Yeah, but Battlefield came out half baked. Like everyone's doing this whole half baked shit because they know they can get away with it, and Xbox knows they'll just throw in Game Pass and get away with it.
I mean, they're not getting away with it though, or
Well,
are they?
people, the loud minority on Twitter are going to complain. Some of the Xbox influencers are going to complain. But what about the silent majority that isn't on Twitter? The regular average Joe. Like, as much as people love to jump up and down and we could shout about it on Twitter and you need to delay it, but the majority of people who don't give a crap on Twitter, they're not even on there participating in this. And they just get on and play whatever they play every day. I mean, are they going to be bothered or are they just going to boot it up because it's, oh, new in Game Pass? I mean, so that's always just been the reality. We can say what we will, but like unless it's an overwhelming wave of you need to delay this shit, then it doesn't really do anything. Um, but it's Arcane. You know, I had faith in you. You did you did rather well over the years. This is a
Oh,
major.
real quick, new glasses. Also, check it out, Jack Jiggy. You already know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you already know, baby boy. You know, we gotta support my people. Anyway, but yeah, no, yes, new glasses. I just got them 2 weeks ago. Thank you for noticing. Continue.
So it's unacceptable that you come out with 30 FPS when you say 60 FPS is gonna get patched in. So clearly you could do it. It's just it's not ready to be released with the 60 FPS. Well, just delay it. Then release it with the 60 FPS. You can clearly do it because you said you can do it. So why not wait to do it? Fuck knows. Management is all over the place on this. I mean, we've been said this on the show. Xbox management is the spookiest shit so far. But who knows? Maybe they'll release a tweet saying the game's delayed in a couple. Who we can hope. We can hope they releases with 60 FPS. For me, PC should be fine. Now the optimization will. Once we see the system, once we see the system requirements, we'll see how unoptimized it is. Because if it comes out looking something like Forspoken requirements, oh, we're up shit creek without a paddle. But if it comes out with reasonable performance, you could tell by the system requirements whether something's going to be reasonable or not.
Mm-hmm.
So if those system requirements come out and they're reasonable, okay, you might have me. But if they come out looking spooky, oh, you are so done in the dust because you can't afford to have both fuck up. If you have the Xbox version fuck up and then you have the PC version fuck up, oh dear, I feel bad for you.
Yeah,
And
because I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
I was gonna say some people are trying to tie it also. Well, Starfield, they haven't mentioned anything, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. I'm not gonna jump off the cliff for Starfield yet until we get told either way. So
I
I
mean,
would leave that.
honestly, if I were to say something about how this is like one of the few instances in which you don't jump out the window about something, because that's normally your MO, which I appreciate it, because that's the kind of mentality I like to take. Is I'll take a wait and see approach. I can have a prediction, I can have an idea of something, but I try not to make any definitive claims. I'm definitely with that mentality, Singer.
Yeah.
But are you just learning on the fly? What's going on, my boy?
No, I knew that. It's just I had faith in Arcane, okay, Luca? I had faith in the studio I like, and they let me down. As does a lot of people's favorite studios, let them down at some time in their life. Arcane let me down. So, it is what it is.
I mean, yeah, I hear you on that. I definitely hear you on that, and I just think it's really unfortunate, because it's like, me and you especially have been in this community for a very long fucking time. And I feel, especially like since we've been on like the Xbox side this entire time, it's just it's one of those things where it's like, man, can we get some W's in the house, please? Like, I've been here since 2017, and every single year since then, I used to hear every single year, say it with me, baby. Wait till E3.
Well, you can't even wait till E3
Wait
anymore
till
now.
Gamescom. Wait till the Tokyo Game Show. Like, just like random shit like that. Wait till oh my goodness. What was that nonsense? Oh. What was that
Idea
awful
of
show?
Xbox?
Yes, I wait.
No, was
No,
it
no, it wasn't that.
EXO?
Oh yeah, wait till EXO, and then it was like that monthly Xbox show. What was that called? I can't
Oh,
I
it
can't even
was it like it wasn't Idea of Xbox? It was
I can't even remember what it was called, because it was so awful that I just
yes.
blocked it from my memory. It was trash, dude. Like, it was always a trash show, so they stopped doing it. Like, okay, Inside Xbox. Thank you, Phil.
Mhm.
Thank you. Like, yeah, it was always wait till E3, and now it's like we don't have E3 anymore, so it's like, okay, cool. Wait till the next showcase, I guess. I don't fucking know, man. At this point, I just don't know what's going on. I mean, I do know what's going on. It's just bad management. It's always, it just comes down to fucking awful management. And the thing of it is, like, I've said it before. I was like, buying Bethesda is a huge W for sure. For sure. Definitely buying ZeniMax Studios, huge W for Xbox. Because they surely don't have anything fucking else, like, anytime, because it's coming out anytime soon. But like, that with the W also comes the L's, because this would have just been an L for Bethesda if they weren't under the Microsoft brand. It would have been like, ooh, sucks to
Yeah.
suck, I guess, you know what I'm saying? But now, because they have like that tie to Xbox, like the official tie to Xbox, everyone's looking at Xbox like, yo, for real?
Have you
Again?
have you noticed
Really?
they always follow a W with an L?
I
You
mean,
peep it.
yeah,
Peep it.
go
Forza
ahead.
Horizon, W. Halo Infinite, L. Right? Hi-Fi Rush, W. Starfield, no, Redfall, L. So Minecraft Legends is coming out soon. Watch that be a W, Starfield be an L. No, 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 we can't let that happen. Because the L always follows the W. I've noticed this. So we need to have more than one W before we catch an L.
Mm. I'm just like, I'm at this point where I mean, I said it, I did a video earlier this week, or when the news came out, and I said it, and I was like, I'm at this point where I don't really expect anything from Microsoft. I don't expect anything from Xbox. And that's not me excusing them for this awful fucking news. It's not an excuse, man. It's not an excuse. It's one of those things where it's like, Xbox is that deadbeat dad who says they're gonna do better, they're gonna stop being a drunk at home, but they never get better, okay? Like, it's bad analogy, I know. I'm just having fun with it at this point, right? But it's just like, it's definitely L after L after L after L after L after L. Like, literally L after L after L for Xbox. I've been saying it for fucking years now. And for me, I want them to do better. I want them to do better, mostly so I can stop hearing about their fucking L's, okay? That's why I want them to do better. I want them to do better. Like, literally every single time they have a showcase, I sit there right before the show and I'm just like, please let this be good. Dear God, please let this be good. One, and you know what? I'm not gonna even lie to y'all. I would like to say I'd be like, oh, I want it to be good so I can have some good games to look forward to. No, I'm going to be honest with you motherfuckers the way that others may not be honest with y'all. I say, please let this shit be good because I don't feel like seeing Xbox get their ass beat once again on Twitter. I just can't deal with this shit anymore. I mean, I can, clearly, because I'm here. But still, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, please let it be good so we can have some, like, positivity, but not the toxic brand of positivity. We just have some positivity on Xbox for the Xbox brand. But no, that's just not the case. Shout out to Rock. What's good? He's saying, sis, it's 2023. How much more time is needed? 2030?
No.
2030, baby boy. You already know.
2025. 2025.
Brother, we've been saying, brother, I heard 2020. I heard 2021. I heard 2022. And I've heard 2023. Okay? I've heard 2018. I heard 2019. Okay? I mean, fuck around. I could probably look back and I could have seen that 2016, baby boy. Who knows? Who fucking knows at this point, man?
That is the hard thing to predict.
What's up, Rock? You want a link? I don't know if that's what that means. I can link you. If that's the case. If you're free. I don't know. It's good to see you though. Finally upgrading your camera. I'm not doing that myself, but shout out to you. But yeah, man, it's just like it's one of those things where I just don't I don't know, man.
He wants a link. Okay.
He does? Okay, I linked you. Luca hit 30 before Xbox got their shit together. Oh my god! I joined this community at 23. I joined on the Xbox side. That's just happened. I mean, they just so happened to be the ones who brought me in. Thank God, because, you know, I saw how y'all were. Okay, let me not start stalking shit. But anyway, I joined from the Xbox side. You know, fantastic. Met some fantastic people. Had me a great old fucking time. Had me a ball. I joined the loser side.
That's wild. Actually,
I joined the side with the. Okay, wait. I joined the side with the losers in terms of like games, but in terms of like content creators, I joined the winning side. You know, except for recently. Recently, there's more ponies doing their thing, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say you joined the side where they actually get their leaks correct, not like predict.
True.
You notice how the Final Fantasy 16 showcase appeared and not a single person,
not a single fucking pony predicted it. You right?
We do have that. We do have that. We actually get our shit right when we leak stuff. There we go. For the most part.
Let's see here. Rod says, I think you people have been in social media too long. And all you got is PTSD because it's always negative. You know, that's completely plausible, Rodimus. But I'll raise you a counterpoint. Have you ever considered that because you're a bot, and that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say about it. Matt says, if you're on the console, you join the loser side. Well, thankfully, I have a PC. What's up, Rock?
What's up? What's
good, my brother from another mother? It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Just enjoying this Saturday. You know what I'm saying? At 60 frames, no patches needed.
Exactly.
You know, to enjoy this Saturday. So it's a beautiful day.
I mean, no patches. You would say, except for Forspoken, which needed several patches, right?
No, that thing was just uploading updates. It seems like daily.
Oh, okay.
Well, what about The Last of Us Part 1? I mean,
oh yeah, that needed a lot of patches too. But
hey, that's what happens when you're playing on second class PC. You get what you get. You know, should have played on a PS5.
But the naughty gods are lauded as the best in the industry. How did they get it wrong?
Yeah, well, I'm saying they're the best in the industry on console. I mean, I don't know what to do. Listen, you pay for the money, you fight that fight.
Let me know if you want a link, Mask.
I mean, want to tell y'all, but I did call bullshit on that. You know, on the Naughty Dog. Seriously, no, seriously, no. Yeah, that was pretty shitty.
I mean, I agree. Xbox insiders spoiled Fable and Perfect Dark years before they got announced. Yeah, like the Xbox insiders, listen, we're good on this side, babies. We're good when it comes to our insiders, which is something to say because we surely are not good when it comes to these goddamn fucking games, you know?
You know, and PlayStation's the opposite. We got shitty insiders, but we got great games. So it depends what you want. from this industry? You want good insiders and shitty games, or do you want great games and shitty insiders?
I mean, what's the point of having
the shitty insiders?
I mean, yeah. I mean, what's the point of having great insiders when they're announcing games we're not going to fucking get for years? What's the point? What's the fucking point, Rock? I don't know. So yeah, I joined the loser side when it comes to games. But at the end of the day, I get to play these games too, so it's like whatever, right? What's up, Mass?
So,
what's up, my other brother?
Chilling.
You know, living your life.
Yeah, trying.
No, I hear you, man. I definitely hear you on that. So, Redfall, 30 FPS, Rock, Mass. Tell me your thoughts.
I'll let P-Rock go first.
All right, I'm gonna just say this. This is really for any game, right? Well, I'm gonna just say this. I'm just saying this. It's 2023, and you have supposedly the world's most powerful console still providing its audience in a situation where they can't get a 60 frame performance option day one at launch. Now, before everybody think, he's going full pony now, I'm just gonna bring this back to PlayStation. I know the topic is Redfall, but so that way you guys can see where I'm coming from. Last year, when Horizon Forbidden West got updated with that VR 120 hertz, and now you can play at 4K 40. They unlocked Spider-Man, Miles Morales, So once Sony got that VR update and all that magic shit, they updated all their games. I went onto Twitter and I said, hey, this is cool that these games are updated, and I understand why they're getting updated now, because at the time, PlayStation 5 didn't have the VR. But now that Sony has this, I expect future games to have all these options day one, because it's not going to make sense to, let's say, play God of War, and then 4 months later, you have these VR, 4K 40, unlock, whatever, 4 months down the line. Because I'm probably not going to play the game again just for options. Luckily, God of War came out with all these options day one. So I'm at the point with PlayStation that I expect these VRR 120 hertz techniques to be on PlayStation day one. It will blow my mind if a PlayStation first party title comes out and they have not even any performance options. It's just 4K 30. That will just like throw me off. Be like, hold up, we're not going to regress backwards. I expect technology to move forward as time goes on, not get worse. So that's how I see Redfall. Redfall should not be in a position where you're wondering if you're going to get 4K, whatever, dynamic 4K, however they do, or even if 1440p 60, that should be there day one. It's 2023. The consoles are out. Like, how long are we going to wait for tools? How long are we going to wait for people to figure it out? By the time they figure it out, we're going to be talking about the next batch of consoles. So to me, this is going backwards, where developers are telling you, hey, we need a couple of months to, in my opinion, should be at a minimum, performance mode should be at a minimum a basic package. To me, Microsoft should be at the stage where they too are implementing VRR 120 hertz and say, hey, we just now with 120 hertz, you're going to get 4K 40 FPS and, 1440p 120 because of these options. They should be pushing forward with the tech, not going backwards in 2023. I mean, think about it. It's 2023, and we're still talking about updating a patch for performance mode. That shit's crazy. That's what I gotta say.
And what about you, Mass?
So I look at this from two sides. One, I don't give a fuck that it's 30 FPS on Xbox, because I'm not gonna play that shit on Xbox. Just that's real basic. But should it be? No. Now, the only thing I really like looking at Twitter and all this, everybody's talking about this 30 FPS. But I only give a fuck if it works and is it good. Those two things matter more than whatever fucking FPS it runs on the least valuable console. So I don't give a fuck about that. I care if it's good, and I care if it's broken. Because a lot of games come out with all these myriad of modes, and they broken. So I don't give a fuck that you ran 60 FPS broken. That shit means nothing. That shit means absolutely nothing to me. It needs to be good and it needs to not be broken. If those two things are satiated, then we can talk about why it's not how it should be performing. The other part is it's a lot of games that have all these various modes, that have a whole bunch of other superfluous bullshit, and they're boring. You make them big as fuck or pretty, and they're fucking boring. They need to focus on shit that actually matters, like adding more context to a game, rather than making the game bigger or making it try to look even more real, which it's never gonna fucking do. Because if I want to look at something pretty, I'm gonna go the fuck outside, because that's what outside is for. Like I'm not gonna stare at my TV and be like, "Oh my god, this is the best thing that I've ever seen." That's not how I play video games. I play them for entertainment.
Okay, I understand that perspective. I'm just reading the comments now.
Me.
I could definitely agree with
arcade games. Like arcade games, usually they make games where it has a lot of substance. I can play through the same part 10 different people, even myself play it 10 different times and have a different outcome because there's more substance. Now they still need to get down how these fucking things actually should work, how they should run, the smoothness. They have that frame hitching shit that they've had since the beginning of last gen, and hopefully that shit is solved. But I don't know. I'm not gonna play it at 30, so I don't care that it's a 30. Should it be? No. That's how I feel about that.
So what are the chances that it'll release on PC actually working, given their history?
60-40.
60 that it'll work?
60 that it'll work.
Yeah.
Hey, I could get jiggy with that.
60 that it, like their games are never like broken. They always have like a frame hitch issue, which causes like pacing skips, where it's like you're moving and it doesn't feel as smooth, and then they fix that shit in like a day or two. Mm-hmm. That's usually how their games have. So I don't play them for like another like week after they release. Like I'm sure there's a code somewhere that I'm gonna get, but I'm not gonna play this shit immediately. Just is what it is.
Well, I can definitely understand that mentality there. Like, ultimately, all I really got to say is that, in my opinion, this is a major fucking L. And, like, yes, again, they do follow under the Xbox umbrella, but let's be for real here. If they were still multiplat, they would be releasing on PlayStation with 30 fucking frames too. So it's not solely just an Xbox thing, but it just makes Xbox look worse because they own them now. So
also, sorry, that no, brought that up. Like when they were like previewing it like a month ago, and everybody was like, "Oh, this game plays great. It's great." Blah blah blah. Everybody was like, Xbox had jack shit to do with this. Look, they even said they was making it for PlayStation 5. Now that it's 30 FPS, everybody's like, Xbox, you fucked it up. Where's the dichotomy? Like, where's the connection between those two things? Because it's either they had nothing to do with it or they fucked it up. They couldn't. You can't do both.
Well, here's the thing.
You can't do both.
If we're gonna have a serious conversation, right? The reality, it's good to throw jabs at people, but the reality is, somebody, let's say if I was working in Xbox, right? Whatever position I am, let's say if it was my boss, and a month ago I seen this game, I would have been like, yeah, we're not doing this. Screw the Twitter, screw the bullshit. I will go, Phil, I gotta call, we gotta delete this game. This is running like shit, Phil. Like, let me show you. Look at the shit we're about to show. Like, somebody in the serious world who's making six figures gotta do their damn job. Like, screw the whole Twitter, screw the Porter Rock 77, all that shit. Someone is actually getting paid in Xbox for quality control. Someone's not doing their damn job. Let's say if I was there, right, and I was in charge of this shit, and they told me, hey, we're going to arrange all these influencers, Colt Eastwood, everybody's going to come, and I see this shit, I'll be like, cancel it. Don't even invite Colt. Nah, fix this shit, and then we're going to do a influencer preview later time. Because I'm trying to do my job. I am doing my job. Screw the whole Twitter. I know it's fun, but it doesn't result in anything. Someone is actually getting paid money for quality control. Who is that dude or group of people? Because they are not doing that job. If I was working there, I would have said we are not doing this preview. We're influencers. Tell them cancel the show. We'll contact them a later time for them to fly them out. But right now, this is garbage, and I am not going to show garbage. Whoever's responsible for this, come to my office 7:30 in the morning tomorrow. I want to have a conversation. That's me doing my job. Bashing ponies and Xbox, that doesn't result in anything. Someone's not doing their quality control. Like, who's really in real life, the guys who pay mortgages, get their checks, have their bank accounts, who's actually doing their real job and thought this was okay to do this? That's really who we should be focusing on. Not really the fanboys on Twitter, because that we don't actually control anything. All we do is just talk shit and just have people riled up. Who is the real dude who's getting paid money every 1st and 15th or however Microsoft pays their checks and is allowing this shit to happen? Where is that person to say this looks like trash? We're not canceled the show. Start over. Get your ass back in the kitchen. Do some crunch. Come back next month and give me a better product. Like, who's actually that guy? That's the conversation we should have. Not the fanboys on Twitter. We can't control nothing. All we could do is just hurt each other's feelings. But how does that make actually any brand better? We got to go after the people who actually earns a paycheck. They're the decision makers. And someone made the decision to say, hey, this trash ass game, the way it is now, is okay to show it to the world. That's the person who we should be targeting. Like, do you understand what quality means? Bro, do you know what quality means? Yes or no? Because if you don't, you're fired. We're going to get somebody else there. I'm telling you, if I was working there, that shit would have not have flied. There's a lot of shit in terms of quality when not flying. You think I will allow developers to say, oh, yeah, we're making a game, but we have no idea what game we're making? I'm going to be like, are you an idiot? Like, what are you guys doing here? That's who we should really be talking about. I understand the fun in the console war, but to me, that's just sidestepping reality. Reality is someone in Microsoft does not know what, showing a quality product means. Someone just don't know how to do their job, and they're not being held accountable. That's really the conversation that should be had across all the platforms. Who's the one greenlighting all this bullshit to be happening?
Well, to be fair, we don't really know what goes down at these corporations. There could be people in quality control stating like, hey, there's issues here. And then the folks above them are saying, we don't care. Let's just get it out there. It could definitely be a case of that. A shout out to Craig saying, happy belated Luca. Have a great evening. Shout out to the 52 CUs. But I mean, we don't know. I definitely think, again, I do agree with you. I do think that Xbox has a quality control 100%. And I just think it's unfortunate that Redfall is the latest victim, considering Bethesda is, as far as we know, still operating with their own leadership in mind. So, and we are all aware that mainline Bethesda doesn't really have any issues releasing games with bugs and patching things out later. But I would like to think that given the 2 delays for Starfield, is just speaking of the Starfield of it, that they are getting a little bit closer to working towards that quality control, but who knows at this point. Erodimus in the chat asked, like, well, how do you know it's not running well just because it's at 30 FPS? I'm going to just say, based off past games that we've seen, that if, when we hear that there's a 30 FPS mode, or if a game is can only run at 30 FPS, there tends to be some other issues that are associated with that, especially because, again, the hardware can handle 60. Obviously, we've seen other games running at 60, so that's not the problem. The problem is that whatever they're doing now, whatever their focus was on, I'm going to assume that it wasn't on performance because they don't have this patch ready yet, or maybe it was. Maybe there were other issues going on. I mean, Redfall was also a game that was delayed, right? So maybe there were other issues going on, and this is like the best that they could get at this time frame with this date. I had a conversation with Slow-Mo, and he was stating like, oh, that 12 months, they never should have said the 12 months thing. That was a mistake. And I was like, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, people were begging them to give a shorter time frame as well. So it's kind of one of those, like, you either win or you lose when it comes to this. And this this is a case where it's a loss. Now, Geekhead brought up people saying, okay, the previews are really good. So should we just go off the assumption that that all the influencers from the preview, they didn't have to sign in like an NDA or anything like that, and the game is running just perfectly fine on PC? Is that the assumption that we're going to be going with based on what these influencers have said, guys?
The caveat to that is some people I know definitely who I could trust their opinion. Shout out to Cog and Mr. Matty Plays. Like, I know they're going to give their honest. If it's running like shit, they'll tell you it's running like shit. And obviously they can't say too much, but they said it was running good on PC. Because that is the day all played. All the previews were on PC. It wasn't on Xbox. So judging off that, I'm willing to take their word for it because I know they ain't going to bullshit me. So it's okay. I'm willing to say, okay, sure, it'll run fine on PC. I'm willing to say that.
Okay. I mean, what about you guys? What do you think?
I told you how I think it's gonna happen. It'll after the first patch, it'll run without the frame hitch issue. I don't think they've solved it because this shit is at 30 FPS. That also might be like a multiplayer thing, and they don't know how to do that. But Xbox makes everybody do multiplayer. So I think that it'll be fine, and I think that what they played was probably fine because it didn't have to worry about like actual connectivity issues or any of that shit. It was all local. So, and it was probably running on something that I have. So it'll run fine on my PC. I don't give a fuck about nobody else's. Keep it in the butt.
True.
my 4090 will beat the shit out of it and it'll be fine. Now, everybody else, good luck. Blessings.
Yeah, I hope the game does well. I never want a game to do badly unless I have personal beef with the fucking developers or the marketing team because they pissed me off. And this is not one of those cases. What were you gonna say, Rock? I saw you.
So I take any influencer off of any platform with a grain of salt, only because they have to balance their own personal gains on their channel with the relationship with the company, right? It's not like you could go carte blanche and you have a very bad product and you're just gonna go destroy it because then you could tarnish your relationship. I mean, it's a line, it's a balance. I'm assuming, especially like if that's your job, you monetize your content to where this is what you do all the time and this is how you pay your bills. Well, you're walking on eggshells because any bad move could really screw yourself over. So, and I'm not saying that's wrong or right. I'm just saying that's just how it is. So any influencer on any platform, I just take it with a grain of salt. And ultimately, most of these games, when they do come out, you're going to see actual live gameplay, live feeds. People on the Twitch channel is going to play it, and then you'll be able to see for yourself, ultimately, what the truth is and stuff like that, But let me put it this way. I will never be a victim of the yellow chair gang. That's never gonna happen. So
yeah, after Cyberpunk, that was really an eye-opening experience for a lot of people when it comes to these influencers, I think. So I'm definitely of the mind that I will wait and see how the game releases. Okay, so let's do the state of play for April 2023. So I actually watched it today. Final Fantasy 16 looks absolutely fucking astounding. That shit looks amazing. I was like sitting there. First of all, Clive, very sexy. That is a sexy man right there. And you know what? Will I play the game because he's good looking? Maybe. And by maybe, I mean yes. Yeah, I'm going to play the game because he's good looking. But the gameplay actually looks like a lot of fun too. I don't know about the story because I don't think, no, they didn't touch on the story too much. It was mostly just focused on the gameplay in itself. But the game looks like a lot of fun. And action RPGs, like, I mean, I'm a fan. Now, I would like to note, like, listen, I don't play Final Fantasy games. I think the last Final Fantasy game I played was Final Fantasy X-2 forever ago. I think it was on the PlayStation 2, maybe, when I played it. Yeah, so that's the last Final Fantasy game I played. And I haven't played a Final Fantasy game since, I know a little bit about that Miss Lightning Farron. I know that people hated that fucking game and hated that character. That's what I fucking know. I know people had an issue with Final Fantasy, the one with the boy bands, Noctis and 15. All them. Yep. Yeah, 15 people had an issue with that, and I think that had some
Horrible
issue
experience.
in terms of like performance as well. But like 16, I've seen nothing but positivities from people watching the state of play, and then myself like just watching it. I was very impressed with all the features and all of the gameplay. It's a beautiful game, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun too. And I mean, it looks like PlayStation's got themselves another banger, hopefully. I mean, we'll see. I never want a game to be bad. I would prefer all games are good because it gives me like something to look forward to and something to play at a later date, right? But as it stands right now, it's looking quite delicioso, and I got to give it to them. I am very much of the mind that these state of plays that are focused solely on one game to show off elements of the game, genius decision on Sony's part, and I much prefer these state of plays where there is a main focus over the ones where they're just showing off a bunch of stuff. Personally, a shout out to Big Black Cock. Okay, 1101 saying Phil said what? Redfall runs 120 on the FPS5. It's well optimized. Cancel that version in this instance. These are the facts. I was there when he said it. Oh, okay. All righty. Thank you, Insider.
There's the insider. We
There's
finally
the
found
There's
him.
the insider.
Big black cack. It's cack. It was an A.
Hey, Luca. You know what's crazy about this Final Fantasy 16? I mean, I watched it. Shout out to me because I'm a gamer. I don't care what the platform is, so long as scope out this game. Shout out to P Rock trying to because I said it looks good, but nothing mind blowing, and then this man quote retweets me. Trying to expose me on the timeline.
I
Yeah.
start my fuck shit on Twitter.
Yeah,
I start
I
hell.
know.
That's it.
Try so close, but you didn't quite hit the mark. Try again next
Oh, I
time.
most definitely did.
No, you try again next
That's
time.
most definitely. You got like one like on your counter versus my 1,000. I did my job.
Hey man, you're popular. I'm not. You're popular. I'm not.
Listen, I planted the seed. I got a forest. You got the Charlie Brown tree. I did my job. On to the next target.
As someone who's also not popular, I feel your pain, Singer. I'm right
Thank
there
you.
with you, my boy. I'm right there with you. Being ratioed on Twitter, it's tough, man. It's definitely tough. Especially when you're minding your business, going about, just botting about, and then here comes this fucking pony over here. Just like, you know what?
Warhorse. It's time.
I just want everyone. I want this Trojan horse over here coming through to show all his little pony buddies one of their favorite bots to go after.
Unleash the stables.
Yeah.
Regulators.
But 16 looked good, but as I said in my tweet, it wasn't nothing mind blowing. I was like, "This
but
is."
You don't like Final Fantasy at all, anyway.
What do you mean? I played all the 13s and I loved them.
But you said generally you don't like the franchise.
This is why you don't think it's good because you thought 13 anything was good.
Oh yeah,
hey,
that's
hey,
I thought good.
Hang on, but if it goes,
is 13 the one with lightning?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's like one of the worst Final Fantasies.
13 was better than 15. Either way, but because 15 was a tragedy. So what we're not going to do is question my Final Fantasy credentials. Okay. But what we are going to question is there was a little performance issue, as people pointed out, but that'll be polished and whatnot. It looks like it's going to be a good Final Fantasy game, finally, because you had 13, which a majority of people disliked. Then you had 15, which had issues. We're not counting 14 because it's an MMO, so that's separate. Mainline Final Fantasy. And so I think Square Enix finally got back on that Final Fantasy horse and riding strong, So it looks like it'll be a good time. I'm happy for everyone to enjoy it. I'll wait for the PC version because, it is what it is. But overall, it was a good showing. And, the ponies galloping up and down on the timeline about their 16, I'm happy for them.
Well, we all got to take W's somewhere, man. And all they seem to take is a mixture of W's and L's. And this is a huge W. All right.
The game will be okay. It'll be okay. It's
Yeah.
not gonna be great. It'll be okay. Just like the last one was. The action was fine, and then everything like got auto summoned and killed everything for you, which made it stupid. And then the story was horrible. The ending was trash. But I don't see that this one is gonna stray too far from either one of the last two things I said. Just based on it has the same tonal quality, but we'll see. It'll be okay.
I did actually have a question based on that. So during the gameplay, they showed off these elements where it's like, okay, you can automatically do combos and you can auto evade and all that stuff. Has Final Fantasy always been like an easy
No.
game, or
No.
They did that shit in 15. That's why I said,
Mhm.
and it wasn't about accessibility. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Like, if you were getting your ass kicked so badly, it would like auto summon shit and then just kill everything on the screen. Like, it was real weird how they implemented that shit. I don't know why they did any of that, but I think that's just the direction they're going to make sure you don't lose. Because what happens is people start playing a game, and in the age we live in, if something is too hard, they'll stop, and then they just won't pick it up again. We're not in that age where people pick up and keep pushing through a lot of things. So they wanted to make sure that since their engagement with the normal player base keeps going down, they want to make sure it's as simple as possible to do the things like getting through the actual game.
Yeah, I thought it was quite sneaky of them to have those like the auto evade and all that shit be
Hey,
gameplay
Luca,
elements, It's kind of like, oh, okay, it's a
you didn't peep it though. That's the reviewer mode, because the reviewer modes are going to do that. And it'll boost up the reviews because they won't get stuck. They'll turn on the auto combo mode and they'll be like, "Oh, this is a fantastic game." Watch.
Like
So
you can literally hold down a button and dodge everything.
Mass hit on the nail. So you really got two groups of accessibility, right? Obviously, when we think of accessibility, we think of the handicap. Give people who have disabilities the opportunity to play games. So you got those, but he also hit on the other group. There's just people who don't want to play hard games and they will not put in the time into playing these games, so like the skill behind gaming, I think, is a dying art because a lot of people aren't interested in that. A lot of people aren't interested in it's not like back in the days where it's all about the skills and the trash talking. You had some really hard games back then, and when you beat a game, it meant something. Right now, if you notice, you don't even see trophies or achievements that define what level of difficulty you're playing in anymore. They like many games remove that. So whether you beat the game on easy or God mode, it doesn't matter. No one will know which mode you beat it because less and less trophies, achievements, and stuff are no longer identified that. So there is a group of gamers that don't like hard games. You probably even seen it. You put on easy, it literally tells you very minimal, whatever. You're just enjoying the cinematic experience. That's called the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like holy cow, like yo, like that's literally a movie. Like you have a mode, because you might as well call it movie mode. And like it's just craziness, but it's literally an after effect of you just have game, and I call it the Twitch generation. Because you literally got gamers who primarily will rather watch a game on Twitch than actually play it themselves. They've had to boot up or YouTube, yeah. They've had to just look at the TV and see someone else play, and they could just sit back and watch it, and that's gaming to them. It's craziness. It's craziness.
I'm gonna tell you why. It's because when we were young, right, we had to play a game in order to go to school and be involved in the conversation of talking about it. Like you had to play through that game to not be sitting there and just staring at everybody talking about, laughing, talking about, oh, you got that one part where cutting it up. That when we were younger, we had to play the game for that. Now they don't. So they can go watch it on YouTube, watch the preview, watch a highlight reel, whatever, watch it on Twitch. And then when they go to school and their friends are talking about it, the ones that actually played it, they're involved in the conversation because they watch somebody do it. Or they're all talking about watching the same person do it. And either way, that's how the conversation is now happening. So the difference is we had to play it to have that conversation. They don't anymore. And it's making more and more kids and even the teenagers be less engaged in it, especially with stuff that's not Call of Duty, like it's not Warzone, Fortnite, or Apex or something like that, like something that's not very,
skill based.
Congealed in how it's supposed to be played. Anything else, like they have that conversation by saying, "Hey, you watched Corey play it, or you watched whoever play it." Like that's the conversation they're having now, as opposed to, "Did you play this?"
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. Like, it's a very very casual generation, actually. And
Oh, go on.
and it doesn't help that we have like people in the media saying every game should have an easy mode because I suck at my job. Or actually, I don't suck at my job. I need to beat this game quickly so I can get a review out so I can get paid. That's basically what it is.
Pretty much.
So, go ahead, Singer.
I noticed, because I'm currently playing through Soul Hackers 2, and I've noticed it now in a couple of games. I looked at the achievements, and I'm like, I'm playing it on hard, but there's no achievement for playing it on the hardest difficulty. So I'm like, why am I doing this to myself when I could just throw it on easy, speed run the game, and then
You still get all the achievements.
The game anyway.
Yeah.
I'll just get the achievements, because there's no... I put it on hard because I want it to be, challenging. I don't want to just steamroll a game, just face mash the keyboard and just walk through a game. No, I want it to be some... But I've noticed it now in a ton of games. Loads of games. God of War doesn't have a difficulty trophy now, I don't think. A lot of the games coming out on all sides don't have them. And now everyone's just going to run through on easy and just say, oh yeah, I beat the game in 20 hours, whatever, got all the achievements, got the platinum, and it's just soft.
I remember there was like I don't remember, it was last year, the year before. I remember like seeing a bunch of people like talking about beating games that didn't even have like completion trophies. So like what was the point for that shit? Like it didn't even say that you beat it. Like if there's nothing else, like I don't give a fuck about trophies, I don't give a fuck about achievements, but if this one doesn't even say that you beat it, and you're like screaming about, yes, I got the trophy for it, I got the achievement for it, but it doesn't even say you did it. Like, what was the point? Like,
I mean, I do agree with that. I think games not having like trophies that indicate that you beat it,
the bare minimum.
Dude. Like, come on, that is the bare minimum.
Like one that you started the game, even if it's like you progressed to the chapters and you beat the game, it should have at the bare minimum those.
Yes, they get a tutorial
completed, and yes, I finished this shit. That's it.
You started, you finished. That's
right
it.
At the bare minimum. I'm like, what is wrong with this system? Y'all killing me right now.
Yeah, no, I definitely can understand that kind of mentality too, in regards to how we are currently in this kind of passing stage, especially considering how profitable gaming is in general. And I mean, when things go mainstream, baby, that brings in the casual market. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. You know what? I actually don't know, because I'm 30, so who knows how gaming actually is in school these days. Maybe gaming's cool now when it comes to like Gen Z and Gen Alpha and all that stuff. I have no fucking clue, dude. I don't know what's going on with the kiddos, But even with me during my generation, gaming still was not considered cool in school, but now maybe it is at this point. And
my kid's school has a gaming club, like an after school activity where they just play video games that the school bought. So it is very acceptable because
it's
the
a
biggest
school
club
thing?
in the school. Yeah.
Oh my god, that would have been a dream.
Right. I was like,
that would have
shit. My day, they have me doing suicide.
Like, right now, they're
Get your ass on the track. Like,
right?
I'm like throwing up.
Yeah.
People
They're focused on like Valorant right now, right? So both my kids are in their room playing Valorant with their school teams. Dead ass serious.
Right. Speaking of that, there is a gaming club in my old high school, right? And they got all PCs and consoles in there. And I'm like, you know what I was doing in school? We were playing Dungeons and Dragons and Yu-Gi-Oh! And shit. Like, and of course, everyone would laugh your ass out the fucking room, calling you a nerd and shit, because it's clearly not cool. Oh, but now everyone's walking around with their mobile phones going, look at the skin I got in Fortnite.
Yeah, it's really interesting because, like, I definitely Listen, I gave in to peer pressure. I stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh at school because
No, don't do that, Luca. Don't do it.
I was
No,
like,
no.
I ain't gonna lie. I would have never figured you for a Yu-Gi-Oh card player.
yeah, I played, dude. Listen. I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I also had a Beyblade, but like a real Beyblade, like
Yes.
one you had to manually put together, had all the metal elements in it. I was doing that shit in school too. Like, listen, but then I got to middle school and I was like, oh no, I'm not about to get beat up for playing.
It's time to break out.
I'm about to date
It's time to break out
myself a little bit, right? But
she's
we
like,
used
it's
to
time
have-
to smoke cigarettes and drink Old English.
we had Pogs, and I used to have my Pogs like. And for those of you who don't know what those are, they're a little round disc, and all you do is you take a thicker one and you slam it and try to flip them all over. That's all
Did you have a
try to do.
metal slammer?
Pogs? Huh? Yeah,
Did you have a metal slammer?
of course.
Of course. Good. Only the cool kids have metal slammers.
Obviously. But we used to take that shit to school, and luckily for me, I'm 6'5". I've been very tall human being, and I can fight. So I don't give a fuck what you say about me. If you can't beat me up, shut the fuck up. I will trade my Pokemon cards, and you gonna give me some Pokemon cards. I'm gonna whoop your ass because you talking shit. That's how it worked. I was a bully to the bullies. It was fun.
I'm 4'11", so my ass was gonna get beat regardless. All right, but that ain't me, man.
Luca was gonna get stuck in the can.
No, man. So anyway, we can just but yeah, so Final Fantasy 16 looks fantastic. Real quick, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Shout out to Damon's Ghost, been a member for a month, saying I miss D&D gaming, was cool in 1998, that is. Actually some of my coworkers fucking play Dungeons and Dragons still, which is very interesting. Because they're younger than me. But yeah, so Zelda Tears. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. If I cared about Zelda, I would think that this was awesome, but I don't care about Zelda. So
it's Game of the Year winner. Already hand it to Zelda.
Yeah,
it's
for
done.
sure.
It's done.
Yeah, I think
wrap the awards up. Keely just needs to come on and say congratulations, Zelda.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do any of you play Zelda?
I do.
I play it ish.
Yeah.
I play it when I'm like on a trip. That's the only time I ever play Zelda is when I'm like traveling somewhere that I'm not in charge of driving or flying to.
Holy shit. That's what it takes.
That's it.
One, I have to travel. Two, I cannot be responsible for the traveling.
Right, I can't be responsible.
Three,
it has to be, it's very specific.
Am I falling asleep? As long as I'm awake, traveling and not in charge.
Don't let
I'll
me
play
be
Zelda.
behind like an episode of Power or something, because that shit ain't going down. Like BMF, if I got an episode of BMF to watch, to go in my backpack, that shit will never get taken out.
This is the certain parameters. Now I can play.
Right,
And then the battery dies out. Well,
pretty much.
can't play it.
That shit won't come back on until I plug it back in my dock when I get home.
What's up, Slow?
My son will play it.
Yo, what's up? Sorry I'm late. Yeah, I got those. I fell asleep. I took a nap. And then I woke up. I was like, "Yo,
old man nap."
This is why the show is called Scum on One. Okay.
He said this podcast running at 30 frames, man.
Exactly.
Hey, yo, I woke up. I was like, "Yo, the sky's different. Like, what time is it?" I was like, "Yo, good grief." No, I hate Zelda, so I ain't playing it. But I already tell you right now, it's going to win Game of the Year because games media is biased, and so they've been made this decision. They won't admit it. But they've been made this decision.
When it was announced.
When it was announced. Next year? 2023? Oh, shoot. That's my vote. They hadn't seen nothing more than trailers, hadn't touched the game, nothing. But hey, you know what? It's Game of the Year. We already know that. Everyone else should just be happy to be like a nominee. If you get to be nominated. I got nominated, man. I'm good. You know?
I got nominated.
When is Zelda coming out?
Was it September?
July?
No, June. I'm sorry.
June. Yeah.
Like a week after Redfall.
Let's just say,
Right?
a
month after.
Horizon say thank you that that they didn't get cucked again. So anyway, wait, they did get cucked by Elden Ring. Never mind. All right, so we can just move on from that. All right, real quick, let's.
Well, hold up. Well, what game would have a chance so far this year? Let's be honest.
Nothing.
Nothing. Oh, Hogwarts Legacy. But
I'll tell you what. I
actually,
that's so far my game of the year is Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah,
that game is amazing, and I'm not a Harry Potter fan.
The problem is Hogwarts Legacy has all the stuff surrounding it. It's not gonna get. I don't even think he'll be nominated.
It won't get nominated.
Hollywood don't like it.
Right.
The journalists don't like it, and the journalists are the one who votes on it.
It'll
Not
be
all
interesting. The game deserves at least a nomination.
I think fantastic. A lot of the journalists are even afraid to admit they like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Hey, that was a decent game," and then next their mentions are getting flooded with people who are like, "You bigot! How dare you?"
That is just a shame because that is a quality. That game, I was so impressed. Like when you're playing like 30 plus hours and you're still learning stuff. Like oh yeah, now you unlock this, but you're like, what? I'm still unlocking shit. Like it's fantastic.
All right. Okay. So, have you guys heard about this Lilo and Stitch thing?
Here we go. Here we go.
Shout out to Ramon saying, "Piano is awesome. Keep rocking." What's up, my boy? Always good to see you. Listen, real quick. This is what I'm gonna say about it, and then I'm gonna move on. Okay. Cast actors who look like the actual characters if you're going to do a live action. Okay, I feel that way about everything. Okay, everything that includes The Little Mermaid. Can Halle Berry sing? Bailey, that is. Can Halle Bailey sing? Yes, she's a fantastic actor. Well, not actor. She's a fantastic singer. And I'm so down to hear her because her voice is so amazing. But I wish they hadn't cast her as Ariel because of all the nonsense that came with it. And so I feel the same way about whoever this random light-skinned chick is, who isn't actually she was born there, but she's not really a native, you know what I'm saying? And that's definitely some.
What does she look like?
Super light skin. That's what she fucking looks like. That's she's lighter than me. She's lighter than you.
She says,
I want to see who they cast. So
is she Samoan? Is she Samoan? Elise?
She I'll show you. She's like
because if I haven't seen that movie in a gazillion years, but if I recall correctly, almost everybody is Samoan in that movie, right?
Dude,
that's not
remember, dude.
The alien. Which one is the alien? Lilo or Stitch?
Stitch.
Stitch
Okay.
is the alien.
So, yeah, Stitch is the alien. Lilo is the little girl, the main girl. She's Samoan. Her sister Samoan. Damn near everybody in there is Samoan. Yes. Oh no, I mean.
Slow-mo's like, oh wait, he's like, oh man. Slow-mo tried. He's like, Ayana, they need a new lawyer. I'm bowing this one out.
Yeah, I think I'm out on this one. Look, maybe she's a great actress.
I don't know. Maybe get some spray can, orange spray can.
Not the orange spray can. Oh man. Listen, again, everything. Listen, I'm not gonna say everything would be better if we just cast actors who actually look like the characters, because then we'd get that discourse of why aren't there more, like all that nonsense, like all that back and forth, which is so annoying it's so annoying to listen to, so annoying to see, when at the end of the day it's like these movies are gonna suck anyway. What live action Disney film is what live action Disney film is good?
No.
Which one?
But you know what? Dye her hair. Tell her spend 5 consecutive days on the beach.
Get into a tan.
She's gonna need a week on the beach.
Oh man, yo, she need to fall asleep.
Look at this. Christian Bale. Look how fast he becomes muscular to skinny, back to muscular. She could pull it off, go to Honolulu, spend 4 or 5 hours on the beach.
It would be another issue entirely if she gets darker skin, my boy. Like
what's her name again? I want to look her up. I want to know what she's like. What is she?
A Gudong.
Well, she could.
She's like Filipina or some shit like
that. So
that.
then it's close. If she's from Ireland, you have a problem. If she lived next door, next to Death Singer, then there's if she was Death Singer's sister, then we would have a problem. Like what?
Wow.
From Wales? You don't play
Okay,
this role?
she's a native Hawaiian. She's natively okay.
So there you go.
Like how Charlize Theron is natively African, like that.
Charlize Theron's gonna play the role as Mrs. Obama,
Like,
the biopic.
like, come on, listen. At the end of
She's
the day,
definitely one of those like people that can like you can't tell exactly what she is. Like I remember like somebody saying once upon a time that Vin Diesel like intentionally like wouldn't tell people what his background was because it was so ambiguous that like people would just be like, oh look, like I like the guy, I don't know what he is. So it never became an issue until like, you know, decades later he's like, oh yeah, I'm definitely black. Now it's like, yeah, you know, after I made all this money and I'm on my 20th Fast and Furious movie, I'm a black dude.
You know what
I'm saying? Hey, shoot, he played the game. But it's just like, yeah, she was born in what's the name that how you pronounce that, Howie? It's the Rocky Island. I can't in Hawaii, the one that's got the active volcano.
Wow.
Yes, that's it. That's where she was born on that one.
She is super
but
duper
she I mean, like if she's part Samoan, it's like a quarter or something. Like I can't find nothing that like says like where her ethnicity is, but like
that's her right there in the video.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I mean, she's she's going to go to the beach.
I say 5 days, maybe 15.
The beach is not going to help.
That beach is not going to help, dude.
Oh, man.
So, like,
she'll be out there for a whole year.
Better go to a tanning bed or something.
And like, I know there are people who are like, especially to bring up the Ariel thing again, they're like, well, Ariel's a fish. I mean, at the end of the day, they're both fucking fictional characters, dude. Like,
true.
Just cast these fucking characters the way they're supposed to look, so we can avoid this goddamn discourse, at least in this regard. Because most people will be like, they look like the character. It is what it is. Like, for the most part, especially when it comes to super well-known mediums, you know what I'm saying? Like super well-known IP, like people know. I mean, Slomo clearly didn't, but he's got a memory of a fucking mayfly, right? But like,
wow,
people know what Lilo and Stitch look like. You know what I'm saying? People know what Lilo's sister looks like. You know what I'm saying?
Plus, but isn't she too old?
That's another damn answer. Yeah. How old is Lilo? I thought she was
Lilo was like
9 years old.
Lilo's a little girl. Like 19 years old.
She's playing Nani, her sister.
Still don't work. It still doesn't, still does not work. Like no, like that's just the older version of Lilo. Like if you watch the actual animated movie,
they both look alike.
They look alike. You can tell they're related. Nah,
she look real white.
I mean, I'm just listen.
Why did they use the girl that actually did the voice for Moana? Why didn't he use her? She's an actual Samoan. She's a pretty Samoan girl, and she can sing like hell. I mean, like
because she's super light skinned too, my boy. Like, come on, man.
But
I hear what you're saying. Like,
she looks Samoan. I don't know her name, but she looks Samoan.
I think it's this chick here.
Yeah.
I mean, I could
that
see
would have worked. Yeah.
She's still super light skinned.
I'm saying, but
it doesn't matter that she's light skinned. She's actually Samoan.
Yeah, but like
she got a lot of foundation on the net right there. So
you could do a lot with the Hawaiian tropic. A couple of days
stick her on the tanning bed, and
you'd be surprised.
On the tanning bed.
I'm telling you, man.
Listen, I'm just saying. Listen. At the end of the day, this movie's probably gonna suck anyway. But I can't wait to see what Stitch looks like because he's gonna look like a fucking Eldritch.
Oh my god!
He gonna look like Sonic. He gonna look like the original Sonic.
Oh no! Come on, man! Oh, come on, man!
He should look ugly. He should be
Yeah,
ugly
he's
as,
gonna be
as all
really
get.
scary looking.
Yes, he needs to look hideous.
Like
you
he
know?
needs to look super fucking scary, dude. Like for real.
like
So
like a chihuahua on steroids. That's what I want to see.
exactly.
But Luca's right. The pretty much these live action Disney suck. I think the only one that was tolerable was Beauty and the Beast. I'm thinking, okay, that's not bad. But all the
Yeah,
other
it
ones,
wasn't
I'm
bad.
like, what the fuck? Like, just
And-
stop, bro.
And you know they're doing Moana
Jesus.
again.
Oh,
They are?
my God.
Yes, the Rock announced it. The
are
Rock
they gonna
said
do
they're
the
doing live action
Oh.
Moana, and
Is
he's
the
doing.
actress gonna play Moana?
Yes, she is. She
Okay.
is. And he's doing Maui and
Yeah, but-
and
Maui's like fat though. He's not like Rock Diesel. He's like
right. And you know the
Rock
Rock
gotta gain
is,
some weight in his belly.
he ain't doing that. You know
yeah,
he,
he's gonna have the 6-pack still. He's like, wait a minute.
right. Oh man.
Listen, I think the discourse is really unfortunate and it's super annoying to see, but it's not surprising either. And just stop doing these live action fucking adaptations, Disney. Like, please, I can't believe they're still have any of those Disney live action adaptations done well financially.
I think Aladdin.
I
did.
think it is.
I think Aladdin made
Aladdin?
a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it did. Aladdin was a
But I mean,
success.
it also had Will Smith headlining it. You know. And,
That's why.
yeah.
That was why.
I think, and
Yeah,
also
definitely.
they're not. It's not like they're starting from scratch, right? Because a huge part of the process is the script writing. That's like it's pretty much it's a remake. That's all they're doing. They say, hey, let's remake this into a live action film. We already got pretty much the plot. We just need to get the actors and just bang this out. Because these movies are being made pretty quickly.
Mm.
Like they just snapping their fingers, you know. And I'll say 90% of the work, which is the script writing and the story, that's all done. Everything else is just CGI. Hey, we pretty much got the lines already. Just follows the same shit.
I mean, yeah. Shout out
It's a
to
cash in.
my boy, for real. No, for real though. You're right. Shout out to Yobi, who's been a member for 22 months and can't stay. Want to say thank you, Luca, for all that you do. Have a great stream. Peace, love, life to you and the panel. Shout out to you, my boy. Yeah, I listen. Good luck to this actor. People are coming. I mean, people are attacking her, and I'm just kind of like, damn, sucks to suck, huh? Because like at the end of the day, like, girl, you had to have known what you were signing up for. Like, you don't look anything like fucking Nani, man. You know, and it is one of those things where, of course, obviously, she shouldn't be attacked, but it's also one of those like, how do you expect people to react to the like? No one ever reacts good to any of these things when people are announced and like they look nothing like the character they're announced for. You know what I'm saying? So sucks for this girl. Stay off social media, babes, and keep it fucking pushing. That's
Hey,
all I
Luca.
can really say. Yes.
I just did a Google search. Yeah, they've actually been really successful.
for
the most
real.
part.
Ugh.
Like 4 or 5 of them made over $1 billion.
Holy cow! I
But
didn't even think
For
about
real?
that.
okay, so
Jesus.
the Beauty and the Beast did 1.2 billion. The Lion King did 1.2 as well. Then you had Aladdin did 1 billion. Then you had Alice in Wonderland, which did over 1 billion. Then you had The Jungle Book, which just touched 1 billion.
They
And
did
then-
Alice in
I didn't even know there was
Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland.
Well, yeah, I was like,
I
when
never
was
wait,
that one?
Alice in Wonderland. I'm like, wait, when did that come?
The
out?
one with Helena Bonham Carter.
2010.
Yeah, that was Helen Bottom. That's
2010.
That's old.
Oh wow,
That
that
was
was a while ago. Okay,
Yeah, that was old.
Yeah.
I thought it was recent.
With that
I'm like, wait a
No,
minute.
no,
no.
Disney's
Weird.
making billions, and we don't even know about
But
it.
Right.
you could see why Disney is keeping with the live action because they're getting
Yeah.
some hits.
I
But
mean,
it's
yeah,
it's
I
a
can
completely
get that.
different generation of people that are watching. Like my kids like the new Aladdin instead of the old Aladdin, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, I disown
Which one
y'all.
did they see first?
I made sure they watched the old one first.
Okay.
Because
all right.
when the new one was coming out, I was like, nah, fam. Y'all gonna know who Robin Williams is. So they watched the old one and they was like, they liked it. And then they saw the new one and they was all like, Will Smith. And I was like,
Will's on Instagram, and
That's
they
it.
more familiar with that.
They know who
Yeah.
Will Smith is. They don't know who this Robin Williams guy is.
exactly. They
don't
no
know- they don't know-
idea
they
who
don't know about that
Robin
Mork and
Williams
Mindy.
is.
They
Which
don't know about that Mork and Mindy.
kills
They
me.
didn't go
as
through the Mork and Mindy to
talented.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
They didn't go through that age.
Yeah, as talented as Robin Williams was, I'm just like, man, He's like, no,
Hey,
Will Smith's
man,
a better
we're old,
genie. I was like, shut your mouth. I don't want to hear you
He
say
said
another
Will
word.
Smith's a better genie.
That is
Like,
blasphemy.
Yeah.
go to your
We're
room.
old, man.
You
You're
might,
grounded.
yo, you are grounded.
No more internet for you.
Exactly.
That's when you go to router settings and
I'm
disable all
deleting
the
your
devices.
IG account. Like,
Like,
We're
that's-
grounded.
All right. So a shout out to Liquid Data saying Star Wars is still making them more money than any other IP right now. That's true.
Man. Shout
That's
out to
definitely
Liquid.
true.
It's
And
just-
they are
Shout
Star
out to
Wars is
Star
looking-
Wars.
looking super
Look,
fucking spooky when
I-
it comes to that shit
no.
too, in terms of like quality, at least from what I've seen from folks. So
I will say the Ashoka's show
Ahsoka
looks
looks
like
good.
it's that's going to be a
Yeah.
fire time. Yeah.
I think Disney Plus is carrying Star Wars because the movies suck, but like the Mandalorian, I haven't finished seeing the new
Mandalorian's
season. Mandalorian,
fantastic.
Jerry's been good.
The
Yeah.
the new season for Mandalorian has not been good.
Yeah,
That's what I've heard
that's
too.
what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
like-
I watched the first 2 episodes and I was like, I'll just wait for this to be
like
finished.
some
and then I'll
shows,
binge it.
some shows aren't meant to have. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most seasons.
like
I do-
at this point, they're just trying to create shit just to keep it going, and sometimes that's not a good.
It's definitely not a good
Yeah.
thing.
They,
I did
they
want to
should
say
have let it end after the second season, in my opinion. I
Yeah.
think they should have just let it go.
Yeah, with Luke, and that's it. Like that.
Yes,
that would have
thank
been.
That
you.
would've been a good
that
ending.
would've been
Right
the
there.
perfect ending.
But I did want to say this. Let's talk real quick if we want to continue the conversation with race swapping and gender swapping and all that stuff. Race swapping and gender swapping only work when it comes to IP that people don't know shit about. All right. I'll give an example. The Boys TV show is significantly better than the comic. Significantly better than the comic, except for in one aspect. One aspect of the TV show has me scratching my head a lot of the times, and that is them making oh god, what was that chick's name? The Nazi chick. She was a dude in
Storm. What was
the
her name?
Stormfront.
Stormfront,
Stormfront.
yeah.
Stormfront was a dude in
Luca
the...
loves Stormfront. I used to watch her tweets. She's like, she's just one episode away from saying the N-word.
I was ready.
Say that. I was dying.
I was ready. I was ready for her to say it. I was like, when is she gonna say it?
Luca falls in love with characters, and it
I was
doesn't matter
not-
how deplorable the character
I was not
is.
in
was
love
in
with
love
the
with-
character.
Oh, yes, you were.
I
Come on.
liked
talking about
I
her.
liked how awful the character was.
You made me watch that episode
You're
because of you.
welcome.
I had
I
no
was-
other choice but I'm like,
Listen,
I gotta.
I
When you
wasn't-
wrote that
okay.
tweet, like, yup, any day now, we are one episode away from this character saying the N-word. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on in this season? Like, yo, what is happening?
All right, I'm gonna
Look,
show.
when
I'm
I
gonna show
tell
you
you,
guys.
when I
I'ma
tell you
show
this
you
is
guys.
something that she look.
I didn't actually say
Fire
anything.
Emblem Three
Hold on.
Houses.
Hold
Edelgard.
on. I didn't say anything that would make anyone think that I loved her. I said Stormfront when she has to pretend she's not racist because the times have changed. Stormfront when Homelander's like, I'm here for you, my white, blonde hair, blue-eyed brother. Me getting ready to stand this potential Nazi Stormfront from the
And
Boys. Me getting ready to have Gregor make me an icon of the little. Okay, anyway, we just
Exactly. Thank you.
anyway.
I used to
moving
have
on.
debates with Luca from about Fire Emblem Three Houses and her defending Edelgard for no reason
I do defend
whatsoever.
Edelgard.
Clearly
Edelgard
the
is not
villain.
a racist, though. Okay,
Clearly the villain
Edelgard's
of the
not
story.
a racist. All right, but anyway.
Doesn't matter. We're not talking about race. I'm talking about bad
It's me
people
waiting for
that
Stormfront
you
to
just
use
be
the N-word.
standing.
Luca loves the deplorables.
I do
Yeah,
enjoy
absolutely.
deplorable
Mhm.
characters. That's true. Okay, but
She loves the scum of the earth.
I did want to say this, right? It works for The Boys because people don't know what the fuck The Boys is. They didn't know what it was before this show. I read the comics. The comic is really bad. Like, it's a bad comic. It's one of those like edgy for edgy's sake. And a lot of the stuff that happens in it, I'm just like, all right, like it's just not a good comic in my opinion. I prefer the show. The only thing the show where I was kind of like scratching my head was them making Stormfront a woman and having Homelander fuck her, and then also making Stillwell a woman and having Homelander fuck her. You know what I'm saying? Like that was some weird shit there. I don't know why they chose to do that exactly, right? But like ultimately the show is better, but they've done several gender and race swaps in the show, but no one ever complains about that because the show is good. You know what I'm saying? But like when it comes to well-known and well-established IP, people don't want to see fucking gender or race swaps, man. It is what it is. Anyone can I don't love Uncle Ruckus, no, but anyone can you know, Uncle Ruckus isn't a hot woman, so but like you know, but it's just one of those things. Okay. Shout out to Liquid Data saying, if you don't know about the deeper Star Wars lore, you may be disappointed with Mando. Look up the Star Wars timeline. Yeah, isn't the timeline like super skewed right now and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, they've made a lot of stuff that was pretty quality stuff, non-canon and a bunch of other things. But
Oh yeah, they did that ages ago. They shelved a whole load of shit that was actually relevant. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, so but yeah, so we can just move on from that. And I guess let's see here. Anything else before we get on out of here? Slomo, I would love your opinion on these other topics, but I'm not gonna backtrack, babes. I'm not backtracking, so we can just
that's hey, real quick.
I'm pretty sure Slomo ain't gonna tolerate 30 frames. So
No,
I think we don't really need that.
Yes,
no, I
we-
ain't
we-
playing
we-
that.
we- we're ready, though.
Playing on PC.
Yeah, there you go.
Ain't touching that on console. And they should delay it. That's all I gotta say. And anyone that is out here defending that, shame on you.
yeah.
Absolutely shame. But
All
I see you guys out there.
Okay, so this chick here, Ash Parrish, who is a video game reporter for The Verge, says
boy.
that I feel like they keep pairing Aloy with people of color sidekicks to distract from the fact that this woman dripping in native coding is white. I want to hear, and then she continues with, only to, inevitably kill some of those sidekicks. Here's hoping this girl avoids that fate. And she knew what she was doing with this. So what do you guys think about what she has to say? I don't know anything about Horizon Zero Dawn or Horizon's News Fest. So if you guys can give me like a lowdown on what you think about this viewpoint and Aloy's look and all that stuff.
I'll just say an easy statement. She's just doing shit to chase clout. Like 90% of the shit on the internet, especially from reporters, the best way to get your shit popping is you gotta say something that's gonna chase clout. And that's what I want to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because it's like, if you don't like pay attention to anything that goes on in Horizon, which a lot of people probably don't, but like if you just look on the surface level, look at everything, she is surrounded by like a lot of like brown and black people, and she like the only one that's got like red hair and freckles and white as snow, and it's just like, like if you just off the surface level be like, you see that, you'd be like, oh, it's another Great White Hope story or a Great White Hope lookalike story, but whatever. I mean, I don't want to like treat Guerrilla like that when they're the only studio out here that actually depicts black people correctly. Like when I'm talking about like actual like black features, the look of like the nose, the lips, the eyes, the mouth, like genetically looking like real black people. Like no one else does it like Gorilla, and I can't really see them putting that kind of work in and then be like, yeah, but we're just it's really just about, hey, white savior. It's white savior time. It's like, nah, that's really not it, honestly. But she got what she wanted, she got some attention.
Shout out to Nautical saying, I don't know what this one SRL means, but I thought maybe you'd recognize it because it's Odie slang, but I guess not. So
no, it's not. It's just
miss y'all. Second, he said first, miss y'all. Second, they're number 2. Okay, wanted to tip
second.
There's no second.
God, I can't believe he spent money.
What the hell are we doing here? I'm all lost.
I can't believe he spent money on
Christ,
this.
thank God this is in a damn school exam. I'll be like, oh, shit. I'm just gonna circle and move on.
He's exhausted. He's been working for 68 hours. Okay, this week.
Delirious.
Wanted to tip the homie
you don't
on
even know what show this is.
Midst of a 68-hour work week. I appreciate y'all in the entertainment. I appreciate you always, buddy. But you gotta like clean up more than just that first, my boy. More than just
sleep. You can thank us later.
Nothing but love for you, my guy. I appreciate you.
Shout out to 14.
All right, so okay, let's do channel member topics and get the hell out of here. Okay, let's see here. Bookmarks. Nope. Here's the. All right. Shout out to Brandon saying, "Hey Luca, I just want to say thank you in the community for speaking up about the Redfall 30 FPS debacle. I'll be playing Redfall day one at 30 FPS in May, and I hope the 60 FPS update won't take too long to release. I think all the ZeniMax studios got a rude awakening about what it meant to be part of the platform and being part of Xbox. The community will speak up really quickly and will not tolerate third-party shenanigans. I hope that the studios of ABK are watching because they will all be under the same pressure as being part of the platform." All right, shout out to you, Brandon. Appreciate you. Aside from increasing how much damage enemies do to you, what are other ways devs should design higher difficulty in their games, like change level design, enemy movement, etc.? Yeah, I'm with you. Change level design and change the enemy movement, dude. I fucking cannot stand bullet sponges. Like, that shit is so goddamn annoying. Like, probably one of the most annoying aspects. That's why I don't play games on higher difficulties. I don't like bullet sponges, man. It's why I like Souls games, because there's just like a baseline difficulty. And I mean, of course, there's New Game Plus, but other than Demon Souls, the New Game Plus in Souls games is a fucking joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, right, Ron?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I would prefer like just like more difficult AI or like a more aggressive AI, I guess, on higher difficulties where they
smarter
don't.
Like the Halo games
Yes,
on the
yes.
360. Like the difficult, they weren't bullet sponges per se, but they were more aggressive in their movements. You know,
they would flank
They
a
would
lot
flank
more.
yeah, they would flank. Like if you play
Mhm.
normal, they wouldn't flank you, but then they would as you go higher, and then they would just outright try to destroy you when you play on legendary. You're like,
Mhm.
where the fuck are these guys coming from? Like,
Yeah,
yo,
that'd
chill.
You'd be
You know?
hiding behind a rock.
Yeah, like yo, and they know to stay there. You know, you're out there like blasting, and they're not like, yeah, we know you're gonna run out of bullets. And as soon as you're reloading, you're like,
Facts.
what the fuck?
Facts.
They're like,
Right,
yo,
right.
yeah, they knew.
Smarter AI instead
Yeah.
of bullet sponges.
Yeah,
all right,
Destiny doesn't know what that is like.
bet.
Sure don't.
Now they just watch people with the struggle. Hey, I beat Halo Legendary. I saw this dude. I saw Slow Mo beat it on Twitch,
Facts.
and they take credit for my Slow Mo. That's right. Hey,
We
Slow-Mo,
beat it.
I
We
was
beat
there.
it.
I
We
saw
beat
every.
it.
We beat.
I was
it.
there
beat
with
it.
you.
So Slow-Mo's like, what do you mean we? I was there with you. I saw every minute.
Right.
All right. Your achievements is my achievements.
Right.
Good job, us.
Hey,
All
Slow-Mo,
right.
what game we playing next?
Oh, sad. It's so sad.
Oh man.
All right. Meat Puppet says, "What's the most difficult video game campaign you guys ever completed?" Mine, for example, is Call of Duty 2 Veteran Mode campaign. Probably the original Dark Souls on PS3. But mind you, I was playing it on the PS3, so I had to deal with like 10 frames per second. Blight Town.
Oh,
man.
yeah, Dark Souls on PlayStation 3. That's the true Dark Souls.
It
Blight
was-
Town?
It was tough, man. It was tough. And then 2 of the Giants, I went in there with a +5 holy weapon, not realizing I can get my weapons up to +10. Like, I was getting cucked expeditiously up in there, dude. It was bad. So, original Dark Souls on the PS3 for me.
Mm. You know,
That'll
that we brought it up. I would say probably one of the Halo campaigns on Legendary. I can't remember which one I thought was the hardest, but definitely that was doing it solo. Pretty damn difficult.
The original Battletoads.
Oh yeah,
That shit was absolutely atrocious.
that was controller breaking, man.
Oh, that-
Yeah, I didn't think about that. This guy just, wow.
That original
yeah.
Battletoads.
The original Battletoads.
That shit hurt.
That is, yes.
That shit hurt. I did it though. I did that
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
I did that shit though, but it hurt. And I remember like when they were about to put out the trash remake, and I was like, all right, I wonder if I can do it again. I can't. I tried. It didn't. Nope. I couldn't do it. When I was young, I had it, but I ain't got it no more. I ain't got it like that no more. I ain't too proud to admit that I ain't got it like that no more.
All right.
For me, I have to be honest. I think still, when I was young, but the one game that stressed me out the most trying to beat it, like straight through, was Tyson's Punch-Out. I can't think of a game that actually made me cry. Like, I used to, like, put down when Tyson just punched uppercut me once.
Yeah, the
Oh,
one
man.
uppercut
Like,
you drop.
Especially when you got it, when you so close to winning.
Oh, my God. Like,
And you see him struggling to get up.
Yeah, you seen the meme of that kid with the controller and he's crying while playing? Yo, that was me. I swear to God, that was me with that game, bro. My mom used to be like, "What?" She used to get mad. She sees me crying, and she'd be like, "It's just a stupid video game. Turn that shit off." And she sees me like, "Yo, I was stressed the fuck out." I'm like crying, like, and like I'm mumbling, and my dad's like, "What the fuck is this idiot saying in Spanish? Like, what is he crying for?" Yo, that shit. That was the one game that stressed me the fuck out for a long time, bro. I still remember that shit.
That was the first time I ever actually broke a controller, and I blame that shit on my little brother running it over with his big wheel. I'll never forget this.
Because you know them shits weren't cheap.
Oh,
so asking your parents to buy a new controller?
Man.
What? That's a weapon.
There was no way to explain that. There was no way to explain that. I broke the shit out of that controller.
Shit.
Because you a kid, so you sitting there on the couch, you got it, and then when you getting close, you stand up. Because you got to focus, and I stood up, and I lifted that motherfucker, and bam! I was like, ooh! Like, I knew it was happening. I watched myself do it in slow motion. Like, my whole soul exited my body and watched it slam into the ground.
That was for me. Tyson's Punch Out. My God, to this day, that shit's still making my hands tremble. Just thinking about it. God, I think I need to see a psychiatrist just to get that shit, bro. That shit's still haunts me.
You know, Mike Tyson didn't get paid for that at all.
Wow.
He did not get paid.
Wow.
For that game. Not a dime went to Mike Tyson for that game. That's messed up. Yeah.
Wow. How the hell
crazy.
they pull that off?
I mean, I'm exaggerating. He got like a flat fee.
Yeah, like
for his usage of his name, and
he didn't get
likeness
long-term
in the game.
licensing.
But no long-term. Like they got off good with that.
Nintendo was ruthless back then.
Yeah,
Man.
Yo, that's crazy.
All right, sweet. Singer's computer crashed, so Crobecat, shout out to David's Ghost, saying Crobecat made a video comparing Resident Evil 4 remake to Resident Evil 4. He was forced to change the title and description. Soul versus Soulless Resident Evil 4 remake is a masterpiece. Look up Soul versus Soulless on Twitter and Crobecat. Yeah, I saw the post, but I mean, I don't care about Resident Evil, so I didn't look into it or anything like that. Did you guys hear about this?
I did hear about this. I wouldn't say he was forced. I mean, look, there wasn't nobody with a gun to the back of his head saying change the title, but he did it out of, I guess, pressure from his comment section and people being upset at his depiction of things. I didn't watch it, but I heard people saying that, like, one of his criticisms of the remake was sound design, but they're saying that, like, he either intentionally or maybe unintentionally, who knows, like,
probably intentional, warped the cuck.
Yeah, warped the sound of the remake where it didn't. People are like, when I played the remake, it did not sound like that, so they don't know what he's talking about. So I don't know, man. This I've liked that guy's work in the past, especially on his videos exposing Halo.
And also Todd Howard.
Yes, and Todd Howard. Yeah, excellent work. But I think he may have stepped in it with this one.
Yeah.
Well, some people are saying, I mean, I take everything with a grain of salt at this point, but they're saying that all he did was he just changed the title to a complete opposite. Mm-hmm. But it's the same video. He didn't change the video. So, like, what did you do?
Yeah.
Like, is this like an experiment to see, how much people who watch videos cuck over the content creator? Like, because if you don't change the video, like, it's the merit of the video. Like, if the merit of the video is wrong, then the title doesn't mean anything. Like, changing the title doesn't magically change the merit of the video. Like, now, like I think the first one was like, oh, Resident Evil 4 Soulless, and now the new video is like, oh, Resident Evil's Legendary or whatever. Two complete opposite statements, but the same video. Like, what are we doing here? Like, like, if the content of the video don't change, then it doesn't matter what the title is. You can't say, oh, Crowback, you suck ass, whatever, and then Crowback goes, okay, let me just change the title. Oh man, I love you, Crowback. He didn't change the video. It's still the same shitty video you hated.
And honestly,
I don't know what's going on.
Is he being sarcastic with it, really? Because if the title now was Resident Evil Remake is a masterpiece, and then you watch the video and it's clearly not depicting the game as a masterpiece, is he just Is he trolling you?
I think he is. Because he
Yeah.
didn't page the
Yeah.
video. The video is the same video with the bad title.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't understand. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on in this community? Like literally, people don't watch content.
No, it's the same
Unless-
thing when
unless
they
it's
don't
game.
read articles. They read the
title.
headline, and the article be like all these articles will refer to the same 6 letters that somebody said. Like it'd be like
Yes,
6 words. Like
yes.
this is a game or some shit, and then you'll have 15 articles from every different outlet saying that this
Rumor.
this
This
guy
is a
said
game.
one time this is a game, and then there's 800 words of this is a game. Like, how did you make an 800-word article off of this is a game? Like, how the fuck did you do that? How did you pull that off? This is crazy.
My favorite articles are people post and they be like, "Oh, well, this is a problem they don't solve for this." I'm like, Dan, that was already addressed in the article you posted, bro.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about? like, they already addressed it in your own very article. Like, what are you
Right.
talking
Like,
about?
did you click on your own link?
Did
At
you
the
read
top
your
of it,
own
it says
shit?
update. At the top, it says update. The very first line is update. I don't what you want me to do.
Now, Damon's Ghost in the chat says he has a video pinned that debunked that he changed the audio. They are still roasting him. The description was changed. Oh man! Hey, look, hey, Resident Evil fans are ruthless. I have learned that long time ago. They love their Resident Evil, especially Resident Evil 4 fans. They love that game and play it like 5 million times. And every version of it that comes out, they replay that 5 million times.
Yo,
So-
that game is gonna forever be remade on every platform.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yo, it's not gonna be one generation where you won't see some type of Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, that's Capcom Skyrim. You know,
Yo.
it goes on every platform, full price.
Yo, it's crazy.
No matter how
They
old it
actually-
is.
And
at
every
least
time
they
it comes
actually
out,
do
Game of the
something
Year
with it,
contender.
unlike with Skyrim. You know what I'm saying? Like they're actually
True.
remaking it and making it like better and stuff. So, all right. And Phil wants to say, any recommendations on some manga you love that haven't been adapted as an anime yet, and probably never will? Can I like recommend a manga I love that was adapted into an anime, but the anime is garbage? Tokyo Ghoul.
I
Go
was
read
gonna
Tokyo.
say that. Yeah, Tokyo Ghoul's good.
Yeah, go read Tokyo Ghoul if you haven't read Tokyo Ghoul. That fucking anime is oh, it's so fucking bad. The only good thing about it were those openings and endings are so good. Like they really, I mean, they were hidden with that shit. But like, shit is garbage in general. Let's see here. 2 I recommend are called Life and Limit written by the same manga Tsunobu Keiko. It's no weird shit, but they're not for the faint of heart, especially Life, as it tackles severe bullying, self-deletion, and attempted self-deletion. P.S. Both have live action adaptations that are really good as well. All right, cool. Yeah, I would have said also Record of Ragnarok, but you know that does have an adaptation, so and it's not good. So you know, I don't know, man. Like a lot of the manga I enjoy. I mean, some of it. Actually, thinking of some of the manga I've read, they are getting anime adaptations. So I'm kind of happy about. I'm happy about that because they are getting anime adaptations. Am I gonna say what the manga are? No, I'm not gonna say it because they're not anything I can openly admit to reading. So we just move on from that. All right, and then one more topic, and then we'll get out of here.
So let me tell you a story of how I got. What's the word? How can I put it? Well, I refuse to watch anime or manga or anything like that, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell you why. I'm just like hesitant to ever watch anything like that ever again because I got. Let me explain the story, then you'll see. So when I was younger,
Did you listen to Singer about watching that redo a healer?
No, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what happened. So there was one anime I saw when I was younger was Fist of North Star. I think anybody.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the classic, right?
Yeah.
So I think I'm probably older here. So, but it was amazing. A few years later, I'm 19, 20. You know, I joined the Marine Corps. Whatever. I had a roommate, and something came up about anime, and I'm like, oh, I think I saw one. I saw a Fist of the North Star once, and he's like, yeah, there's so many good stuff, whatever. I'm like, I'm not into that. He goes, yeah, I got a great recommendation for you. Go buy this and watch it. You're gonna love it. I'm like, cool. The movie he recommended for me to watch was called Legend of the Overfeet.
Oh.
I had
Aw.
no idea what that was. Never saw it. No fucking idea this genre ever existed. The worst part is, like, I had a friend over, and they was like, "Oh, I got this new movie came in," and we both didn't know, but we both were like, like, all right, let's watch this. I'm like, all right, cool. I popped it in, and we were both looking like, what? And then he's looking at me like, what the fuck you be watching? I'm like, yo, I'm like, hey, yo, like, what is this?
Not him trolling you.
And
Holy
that, yo,
shit.
so this was like 90s trolling. So this was, I don't think we even had the word troll back then. That word didn't exist. After that, I've said, I am not watching any of this shit ever again. Ever. Ever.
Yeah, most anime, like the mainstream anime is not like that. Like the most popular stuff
I
isn't
know,
like
but
that.
yo, that shit was just so weird.
But I can understand. I can 100%
all this shit
understand
fighting. Like what? Like what is going on here? Like,
why
what
it
is
would put you off. I get it. That's like people. That's like Singer recommending redo of Healer to people. Like
Oh my god.
it would put people. I get it, man. If you want any anime recommendations, like I mean, you can trust me.
I'm good. I'm old dog. I'm an old dog that's not willing to learn new tricks at this point.
All right, no worries, man. I get it though.
I'm just riding off into the sunset.
I definitely get it.
It's just trying to forget the past.
Yeah, he definitely shouldn't watch either of those Vibe World. Make it fucking worse for him, dude. All right, so last topic, and we'll get out of here. All right, one has to go.
Okay.
What flavors?
Chocolate.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell nah.
I know
what
how
flavor?
chocolate
What's
is
the
made.
bottom right flavor?
Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream is the best ice cream in the history of the world.
Exactly.
All the rest of them could go before cookies and cream.
You could get strawberry out of here.
Oh,
well, you only keep one, or one has to go?
One has to go. Someone, you can't eat any of these, right?
Strawberry can get the hell out of here. That's easy.
Oh, he's not even
chocolate.
here.
Chocolate is ice cream of the gods.
Nah, if I didn't know how ice cream was made, if I never worked in the ice cream factory, I might have been with you. But having seen how ice cream was made, chocolate can get all the way the fuck out of here.
Oh no!
What the fuck? Like they made it with human feces or something?
It might as well be. It might as well be. It might as well be.
What do you mean?
It was not okay.
How was chocolate made?
Chocolate. The way they made chocolate where I worked at an ice cream place in upstate New York, and the way they made chocolate was the runoff of every other ice cream. So that includes like the popsicles, all that shit. It goes into a vat. Then they boil all that shit, add in the cocoa powder and a milk supplement, and then it becomes chocolate ice cream. It comes out looking like shit because what goes into it is shit. And it was literally just the amalgamation of everything else, and that is including like it would go into this like separator where it would just be boxes of shit. So it would be still like popsicle sticks and shit, and it would go through a bunch of filters, and then the liquid that would come out would be what becomes chocolate ice cream. Like when I saw that shit, I was like, I can't be serious. And they were selling this shit. The health inspector was like, yeah, everything's good. I was like, nah, never again. Never in my life.
Pretty gross, man.
It's pretty fucking disgusting. It's one of those things. Once you see it, you like, nah, I can't fuck with you no more.
Okay. Well, I say strawberry. Strawberry is like, it's such a mid flavor, dude, in my opinion. Like, it only tastes good if it's mixed with a bunch of stuff. But like, you can have vanilla or chocolate ice cream by yourself. But cookies and cream is my favorite ice cream like ever. So I'll go for that.
It's the greatest ice cream in the world.
All right. Let me get these channel members and we can get out of here. So shout out Damien, Damon's Ghost, Dr. Eldon, Tyrell Rosen, Tevin, H Dog, Derek, Stankmaw, King Metrotron, Lino, Meat Puppet, Scrotum, Phil, Mr. Dolo Gaming, DQ's Blizzards, John the Don, Smoke, Sharenza, Stardust, Outlaw, Riskit, Stone, Dexflex, Starbuck, Kenny, DC, Shogun, Mike, It's Me Baby, Big Daddy, Smitty, Long Game Larry, Iman, Plus on the Block Podcast, El Huito, Sub Negros or X-Man, Yobi, MJ, Jazzy, Erodimus, Bandy, Dom, Sir Duck, Sycamore, Zion, Danelle Brisky, Corey, Light Strife, J Bari, Arcade Pepitio, Nautical, Jet, Brandon, Envy, Jarrell, Somo, and Hannibal. Become a member of the channel if you want to submit topics for the show. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. Special shout out to Rock and Maslin for their impromptu little visits. Always happy to have the boys on. Yes.
Biggity.
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay. Porter Rock.
No doubt. Thank you, sis, for
Mhm.
letting me in.
Of course. Always.
All right.
You already know.
Mhm.
All right. And Maslin, always good to have you. Always good to talk to you, my boy.
Indeed. Kiss my ass. Have a
Yes.
great week.
All right. And then shout out to Singer who skedaddled because he had to go because his shit crashed. And then shout out to Slow-Mo who is also not here. So, But shout out to you guys in the chat. Awesome conversation. Thanks for super chat. Thanks for the conversation. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the views. Appreciate you guys so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. And I will be dropping videos again soon because I am about to be unemployed. So what else am I going to be doing for my free time? You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
All right. Okay.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I mean, it is what it is, baby. It is what it is. All right. Peace, y'all. Bye.